or let it listen to your track and suggest something that could be cool. Plus, you get unlimited access to every sound, so no credits, no paper download, just drag and drop. Simple. You can audition everything inside your DAW. Stay in flow, stay creating. And the sounds made by actual musicians. Analog processed, crazy good. If your sample workflow feels stuck, this is gonna be the fix. Try Co-Producer free and let your track pick the sounds.
Everyone, we're having our biggest sale ever on our award-winning meat sticks. So today, for a limited time, you can get 30 sticks for $36. It's just a little over $1 a stick. But before you go stock up, here are 3 reasons I know you're gonna love these meat sticks. Number 1 is the quality. So Paleo Valley doesn't cut corners. Now the beef comes from truly 100% grass-fed and grass-finished beef, and the chicken and pork are actually pasture-raised, as opposed to something like free-range, which essentially means nothing. Number 2 is there's no seed oils in these sticks. So pretty much every other meat stick on the market is going to be preserved using something called encapsulated citric acid. But that involves GMOs and seed oils, and so we naturally ferment them instead, which makes for a juicy, seed oil-free, and absolutely delicious steak. And number 3, so many delicious flavors. So the beef comes in an original, there's a jalapeno, there's also a teriyaki and a summer sausage and a garlic summer sausage. The chicken comes in buffalo and teriyaki. The venison stick is the best venison steak you'll ever try. And the maple bacon tastes like sausage dipped in maple syrup. And so I know you're going to love these sticks. Rather than being tough, they're actually juicy and they have a little snap. They're so different than other meat sticks you're gonna try, and this deal is not gonna last. So go ahead, stock up now while you still can. 30 sticks for $36. You can double up 66 for $72. Whatever you do, just try them now, because I know you're gonna love them.
Do you think that this is the end for him?
It is, and that's why he's fearing. That's why he is fearing the end of his regime. That's why he's ordering massacre. That's why he's absolutely blackout, total blackout. So that's why I'm nervous. So for me, when I came to your show the first day, I said the Iranian regime is going to open fire. The second time I said 10 people got killed. The third time I said 20 people. Yesterday I said 40 people, and now I don't know because I receive messages. People say that hundreds of people are being shot by the same regime. So for President Trump, who promised 3 times that he is going to save the peoples of Iran, now the time has come to intervene. It's not me saying that. Now the Kurds are actually asking people to take to the street. The son of the last Shah of Iran asked people to go to the street. The Baluchi asked people to go to the street. Every single person that I am in touch, they are saying that the time has come for the free world to intervene.
Now, turning back to the Time reporting, they say Tehran's prosecutor declared that protesters could face the death penalty. Protesters. GC official warned parents to keep their children away from the protests, saying, quote, if a bullet hits you, don't complain. Again, the confirmation that we're getting even from the Iranian state that live ammunition at this point is being used against these protesters. A riot police officer in northwest Iran told Time on Wednesday, quote, there's chaos everywhere, in the city, in homes, in the streets, and within the police forces. I know all of the officers in my station, and they believe the regime is collapsing. Now, Hossein Hafizan, again, my apologies in the pronunciation, a New Jersey-based Iran expert, said, quote, under the current conditions, since the protests have extended to middle-class areas, the regime will not hesitate to use brutal force. At this time, these protests are considered an existential threat. He said from now on, the casualties will increase rapidly, adding that if Trump, U.S. President Trump, attacks a few anti-riot police barracks, it might be a game changer. Now, we did see that during the course of the 12-day war when Israel, when they had complete domination over the Iranian skies, did go after a couple of these riot police barracks. And there was speculation at the time that there might be an interest in trying to foment some sort of regime change. Pretty shortly thereafter, we saw the U.S. during Operation Midnight Hammer striking the Iranian nuclear facilities and kind of signal an end to the conflict. But going after riot police barracks is within the realm of possibility and is something that has been done by Israel, not by the United States. Now, in terms of what the United States response might look like, it's worth looking into that briefly. President Trump, for what it's worth, issued a red line that if the regime cracks down violently against protesters and kills anyone, the U.S. would strike Iran hard. Now, I should mention he laid out that red line after there were already verifiable reports that protesters had been killed. Now, there's certainly a lot of Iran hawks inside of the current Trump administration and a lot of folks with influence over this administration. So it's not outside the realm of possibility that the United States does try to do something. And as mentioned in a previous video, the Iranian people are looking to the United States. United States and others, where we are seeing stickers pop up inside of Tehran saying, President Trump, Iran is waiting for you. They're calling on people to help them overthrow the Ayatollah. Now, in terms of what the U.S. response might actually look like, we have another clip here from the FDD's Binim bin Taliblu.
Sex. I said it. Now you're probably thinking about it. That's how it starts. Your brain fires, signals shoot through your body, nitric oxide gets released. It's all chemistry, and it starts in your head. The brain is the biggest sex organ. That's why ED can start up here. And why treatment that ignores the mind.
President Trump says he's watching, and clearly there will be a conversation ongoing within the White House as to what to do next. If they were to strike the regime in Iran, would it be the nudge that might bring it down?
It depends. I don't think President Trump would rush to embrace the military option, particularly when he hasn't maxed out his own maximum pressure policy. For example, they've talked about, reducing Iranian oil exports because, after all, that's the place that the regime generates the generates the revenue to fund its guns and fund its repression apparatus. And a significant amount of that oil goes to China. And I don't think the Trump administration has a problem ruffling Chinese feathers. The problem is, of course, they have not replicated the strategy you see with Venezuelan tankers, confiscating them as you have with Iranian oil tankers. So that would be a step I would recommend before needing to discuss military action. But nonetheless, there are also cyber and covert means here as well. They could try to blind the regime's paramilitaries. They could try to hack into the national grid. You already see Iranians bravely in the videos that came out before the internet protests try to climb electric poles and street signs to try to physically remove surveillance cameras. If there's a digital way the president could, level the street and the state, the playing field, I think Iranians would reward him for it, especially when they're already changing street signs in Iran to put his name on it.
I tend to agree with Binim. I mean, he's the expert here, no doubt, always going to defer to his expertise, but I would be surprised to see U.S. military intervention anytime soon or Israeli military intervention. There are a lot of other avenues we can go down, be it economic or diplomatic, to try to pressure the Iranian regime and try to force some sort of outcome in this current round of protests. Now, turning to statements from Iran, Khamenei gave his first speech since these protests kicked off about 2 weeks ago, where he said, there are people whose work is destruction. Last night in Tehran and in some other places as well, a group of vandals came and damaged buildings belonging to their own country. Why? Because Donald Trump said some nonsense. And if the Iranian government does such and such, I will come and stand with you. I will take your side. He said these rioters are harmful individuals. Again, we're seeing a distinction made in the Iranian government where they're the ones that get to decide who falls on which side of this line. They're saying the protesters, the president said the protesters need to be engaged with. We need to find out what the problems are. The rioters need to be put down, need to be dealt with. And I think at the longer and longer this goes on, what we're seeing is more people being moved from the Islamic regime, from the protester camp into the rioter camp. Khamenei said, everyone should know the Islamic Republic came to power on the blood of hundreds of thousands of honorable people, and it will not retreat in the face of those who seek to overthrow it. It does not tolerate being an agent of foreigners, whoever you may be. Once you become a foreign agent, once you work for foreigners, the nation rejects you. The Islamic system rejects you as well. Again, we've seen most of these protests at this point being blamed by the Islamic regime on the West, saying there's no way this is organic, this has to be fomented, originated, if not egged on by the United States and Israel. As of this point, there's no evidence to support that. Khamenei said, Donald Trump, who sits there with arrogance and pride, passing judgment on the whole world, he should know that usually the despots and arrogant tyrants of the world, when they were at their height of their arrogance, were overthrown. This Donald Trump will be overthrown as well. Now, in terms of what to watch for going forward here, Tasnim News put out a note that there will be a public gathering on Monday for regime supporters to condemn the riots. So kind of anti-protester protests, if you will. That's going to be interesting to see. That's a full 2 days away, and a lot can happen in 2 days, especially with protests over a weekend when people don't have to be at work. So if these continue to escalate, it'll be interesting to see how many people actually choose to stand publicly with the regime against their Iranian neighbors. Of course, another big moment here in the next couple days is going to be what, if any, there are escalations on the streets. A lot of analysts expect that we're going to see a continued crackdown, an increase in violence carried out by the state against the protesters. And then what does that mean on the international stage? There's been a lot of threats and strongly worded letters from the international community, but do we actually see any sort of action taken by the United States or others to try to pressure the Iranian regime to lay off these protesters and reduce or outright stop the killings and violent suppression of the Iranian people? But that's all we've got for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.
I need to reload.
I'm technically live, yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out what this feedback loop is. Maybe. You gonna put it on the TV and tell me? You gonna put it on the TV and tell me?
Carl's Jr. lawyer said we couldn't name our new burger the biggest burger for the smallest price burger. So we didn't. And that's called a loophole. The new Cali XL burger. A beefed up charbroiled double burger with double cheese, only $5.99. That's more meat, not more expensive. Get it now for a limited time only at Carl's Jr. Available for a limited time at participating restaurants. Tax not included. Not valid for use within a combo or in combination with any other offer or discount.
Paying extra for tire care is BS. You know, bad service. So at Midas, we're rolling out our BS-free tire guarantee, included with paid installation and tax on every purchase. You'll pay nothing for flat replacements, nada for flat repairs, and zilch for tire rotations every 5,000 miles. That's $0 for all that. So with this limited lifetime tire guarantee, you'll pay a whole lot of nothing compared to what the other guys charge for tire care. That's the BS-free tire guarantee, only at Midas.
At Grand Canyon University, we believe in equal opportunity, and the American dream starts with purpose. By honoring your sacred vocation of cybersecurity, you impact your family, your friends, and your community. GCU certificates, bachelor's, and master's online cybersecurity programs are designed to grow your dynamic capabilities in defending organizations from cyber attacks while enhancing your threat detection, risk assessment, and critical problem-solving abilities. Find your purpose at GCU. Visit gcu.edu.
Let me think it's all good. What you did was unforgivable. Lying to my damn face, got you feeling cynical. I was at the pinnacle, what was going wrong? Fucking knew it all along. Let me think it's all good. It was crazy how time flew when you thought I never knew. But now, baby, look at you. This is all cause of you. Yeah. But I can't stop. You wanna sound like a mascot? Was all I gave to you, got caught. And now I'm feeling like a free man. She always fishing like a seaman. She looking at it like a pecan. Cause it's always in season. Yeah. You burn all the bridges you wrote. I gave you my heart and it broke. I took it all back, but I broke. Yeah. They dropped in the city explorer. She's out in the whip and it's for her. Said and get emotionally lost. Last time I felt a pain, I don't remember the cost, but I know I'ma be okay. Tell me that, but I ain't fading away. So tell me when the hell you coming through for all of your stuff? Cause I really wanna tell you, but I'm breaking heart and you do not trust. Knew that you were holding out. Knew the truth before all the lies. Let me fix up. You tried not to show it. Unforgivable, lying to my damn face, got you feeling cynical. I was at the pinnacle, what was going wrong? Fucking knew it all along. Let me think it's all good. It was crazy how time flew when you thought I never knew. But now we can look at you. This is all cause of you. You What you think about when you're born into a fire. Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. Our brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. And we feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. The world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. It's cool, just lying here on the floor. Cold towels, my feet against the door. How long have I been in this space? Arms over eyes, help me retrace. How did I become the doormat here? Memories spinning around my head seem pretty. It's a little uncivil how your game's in motion. And I don't even notice that I'm playing your game. Do you leave me a warning thinking I'm the one to blame?
daily quests.
Вон он, блядь!
Well, that sucks. How bad is the quality out there is the real question. Another gas analyzer, wow. If I needed them. Always need wires. Wires, wires, wires. Yeah, I guess that place. Ooh, some good ammo right there. Don't mind if I do. All this without even knowing if TV is fixed or not. Just need to go run the extract so I can make sure the game's not bugged. Boop. Fucking terrible shooting. I myself am hard to hear and very quiet. That's not what my mixer says. My mixer says I am very loud. I'm in the red. Oh, hey. One tap. I just take all this random shit. Play a fair wee little game of Tetris, why don't we? Well, can you hear me now that I've said something loud, or now that I've moved my microphone? You can use language. It's okay. It's just colorful language. Tarkov is so broken. Scope be looking weird. Where do we need to go? Where do we need to go? Extract a Holio. That's not. That's rail. Correct? Man, I gotta pull up my map. Get out, please. Yeah, I probably need an Ethernet cable to figure out how to run one from here to the modem. It'll probably instantly clear me up. It's probably the other thing that's probably bogging down the live stream. Other TV streaming stuff. In general, the 65 or the 55 in the living room streaming this, the TV streaming your phone, it's it all a conglomeration. I think the more important thing is, though, is can you see the pigs clearly? Are the pigs clear? Objective pig. Aren't you a moderator? Can't you put this in the chat? See what Homeboy had on him. Maybe he's got my purple. Maybe he'll have a purple ornament on him, and I'll get lucky enough and I'll be able to extract. No, he doesn't have a purple ornament. Maybe he does? No, not at all. That was a waste of time. Waste of time, energy, and resources. Okay, as long as we can see the pigs, gameplay comes second. Pigs are what comes first. Okay, we're about to see if Tarkov is broken still. I cleared my cache and did a bunch of stuff, but let's see. Just extracting to nothing but a black screen. And the game would crash, so let's see. 2 seconds till we find out. Here we go. Oh, it's fixed. Thank God, BSG. You guys do fix stuff. Awesome. Well, type something in the chat. That way I can make you a moderator. Okay, we got nothing of importance. We could sell some stuff that we just came out with. Uh-huh. Okay. Magazine, thank you. Yeah, over here. Wow, I need some more 7.62 by 51. See, the stream looks pretty shitty on my preview over here. I've got a blurred out pig. And it's not making many amends at improving. Where is my some odd 75 feet of Ethernet cable? I'm going to put you in timeout. Oh, no, here we go. You really got to use your full name? You might have to change your YouTube username there. Well, we might have to do something about that. Boxing yourself. I think it's in here, coiled up underneath my...
Please and thank you.
Oh, kids, man, kids.
Okay, and so now with the Ethernet, we should be Goldens. Maybe. I don't know yet.
Say goodbye to yesterday. The sun setting on the other side as it goes away. The sky rains till it turns charcoal gray. The blue starts to fade. Oh, it starts to fade. Don't think that you've seen in my head all my dreams. The dust and the debris. I'm changing.
Schools with vitamins, minerals, and daily essentials, made with strict ingredient standards for quality you can trust. While supplies last, shop in-store or online. Terms apply.
Paying extra for tire care is BS. You know, bad service. So at Midas, we're rolling out our BS-free tire guarantee. Included with paid installation and tax on every purchase. You'll pay nothing for flat replacements, nada for flat repairs, and zilch for tire rotations every 5,000 miles. That's $0 for all that. So with this limited lifetime tire guarantee, you'll pay a whole lot of nothing compared to what the other guys charge for tire care. That's the BS-free tire guarantee, only at Midas.
'Twas a night with ADT, home safe and secure. Sound. Good thing your cameras were keeping watch all around. Inside, all was calm, not a worry drew near. Each loved one protected. ADT.com and keep home worry-free.